Imagine if I was on a dating profile and I just took a picture of me looking like this right now. Click, click. You see my profile picture and you're like, yes. And then I swipe yes to you. And then I show up to our date. Hi, it's nice to meet you in person. What?
What happened to your face?
I want to see what you look like under the mask. Like, why are you hiding your face?
So you're gonna show what's underneath?
I'm hiding my face for the same reason you're wearing makeup.
No way, boy. No way, boy. No way, boy.
No.
Women are not meant to date one man at a time. Hear me out. So women, literally, naturally and biologically, we are nurturing and caring people. It's what we are programmed to do because we're programmed to raise children. So when you start talking to a guy, I'm going to tell you exactly what goes on through your mind. This is one example from me that you're going to be able to relate to, I know for sure. So I was speaking to a guy, he lives in St Albans, I live not in St Albans. And I also don't drive. So immediately I'm thinking, hold on, how am I going to get to St Albans if we're in a relationship together? I look at train tickets to St Albans. I've got to go into London and then go out of London to St Albans. I'm like, oh my God, that is so long. But luckily I work in London, so I was like, okay, I'll just go to his after work. And then I was like, oh my God, what if he doesn't live near the train station? How am I going to get from the train station in St Albans to his house? He's just going to have to come and pick me up. If not, then I'm going to have to get an Uber to his house. Why am I thinking this? Why? I literally just started talking to this guy. I feel like our minds immediately start changing everything in our lives in order to make this relationship with this person that I don't really know work yet, because it's just what I'm programmed to do as a woman. That's just one example of what we do. One. Do we think he's thinking the same thing? No. Let's be honest. However, I now have another organised date with someone else, and I immediately feel better. Now just instantly focusing on who I like more as a person, rather than just focusing on the logistics or whether the relationship is actually going to work. Obviously, you want to make sure you have the foundation to make your relationship work, but realistically, you want to be going out with the person who you actually like more as a person. And it's a lot easier to do that when you've got several options to look at and you're not focusing just on one person.
She belongs to the streets.
If a man is 20 or God forbid 30 minutes late to your date, you can still retain all of the power and still stay in your feminine energy. You could go into your masculine and you could say, how does a grown man not know how to be somewhere on time? You are so inefficient. I'm not going to wait here much longer. But you need to stay in your feminine energy. So instead, you would say, baby, let's take a rain check. I have plans with my girlfriend after this. Now this way, even if he is on his way to the date, you have retained all of the power. Because you're not going to be there when he gets there. He didn't respect your time and you're not going to respect his time. You have prioritized yourself. You don't want to make it look like you have nothing better to do than sit around and wait for a man.
You don't though.
This is a PSA to all ladies who are thinking of going 50-50 on a date with a man. Let me break it down to you mathematically so you can realistically see why you should allow that man that you're going on a date with to pay. First, let's talk about your hair, okay? If you want your hair to be smooth, to be soft, to be silky, definitely need to invest in some good shampoos, good conditioners, good treatment. That can easily run you up to 100 USD if you're trying to like buy something bougie and good for your hair. Let's not even talk about salon treatments like scalp treatment, like anti-freeze. This could run up to $100 to $200. Like what? You know, I'm a budget girl, and back where I'm from, which is Singapore, I used to think that salon treatments are already so expensive. But let me tell you, my heart wasn't ready for the prices in London. Literally the same treatment, 1.6 times more expensive here in London. And let us not even talk about if you want something fancy or more glamorous for your hair, like extensions, like balayage, like bleaching your hair. That runs you up to about a few $100s just for you to look cute on this date. And here you are still trying to pay for your 50. Next, we talk about the face, going for facials, your hydra facials, your extractions, your chemical peels, etc. And in London, it can easily cost around like £150. Next, we talk about your eyebrows. You need to go for your brow lift, you need to go for your lamination, embroidery, etc. Maybe every 6 months you need to do it once, and it costs about, maybe for good ones, about £150-ish. Next, we talk about your lashes. Okay, you need to go for your lash lift, your lash tint, your eyelash extensions, your infills every 3 weeks, that can easily run you out to about 150 pounds or so per month. Next, if you wear those daily contacts, it costs you about 30 to 50 pounds to get that replaced every month. And next, we haven't talked about makeup, okay? Guys don't know what goes behind makeup. The base, the primer, the foundation, the concealer, the eyebrow gel, the mascara, the eyeliner, the lipstick, lip gloss, lip oil. Running out of time, I haven't talked about nails. My disc nails, or my natural nails, cost me 30 pounds and I think I got it for cheap. Why are you still not letting the men pay for your date?
I don't think that's your decision.
Remember when y'all told women to pick better? And then women started picking better? And then y'all got mad when women started taking your advice? What's up with that? There are a lot of women who actually took your advice, okay? But then they looked around them and said, well, there is not better out here. So I guess I'm just going to be single. But so many of y'all are still mad. Even though we took your advice, what's the problem? We literally took your advice, bro. You said choose better. That's what we're doing. What's the problem? I don't understand why y'all still upset. We are choosing better, which sometimes means choosing ourselves. Please, for the love of God, please don't think that meant choosing you. Is that why you're upset?
Who chose you? Nobody!
I've come to the realization that I'm actually better off alone. All I need is my dildo. It doesn't talk back, it actually makes me finish, and it only cost me $80. Fucking winner winner chicken dinner. Funnily enough, I make more money being single than I would if I was in a relationship with both of our incomes combined. So fuck you all. I'm going to be that old fucking cat lady who lives on her farm by herself, has 50,000 hobby animals, and lives longer than all of you. See ya, bye.
Goodbye. Who else felt disgusted and shocked at the same time? This is what some guys go through when they meet a chick at the club and wake up with her the next morning and see a completely different person. It surprises me how everybody thinks this is okay to do to people. It's just flat out deceitful.
This is trickery. This is low, conniving trickery.
This is by far one of the best rebuttals I have ever seen.
It was great.
If she only focuses on who she likes the most, she'll be constantly bouncing from one carousel ride to the next, as her fleeting feelings continue to change.
She's a slut.
She potentially manipulates and destroys her relationships because the guy she's meeting coincidentally could have been late because he was stuck in traffic, or something else that could have happened which was out of his control. She needs to grow up.
What kind of game is she playing?
I can't tell if this woman is forcing her accent or not, but whether if she is or not, it goes to show, regardless of where the woman is from, or as soon as she comes to the West, they become entitled 304s. At the end of the day, she is going to get her hair done, her lashes, her makeup, and all the other stuff done regardless. They always say they do it for themselves, but when they want men to spend money on dates, they make excuses because they used 1% of their makeup collection. I'm also willing to bet if you ask them to come to the date without makeup on, they will tell you no, because they want to feel their best.
In this universe, she's still one of the ugly ones.
Are men really upset that she chooses herself because she used to choose men who treated her like crap? Ultimately, it's her problem, because her only options are to get smashed and dashed, or to be alone forever.
Forever alone.
Goodbye. Enjoy your cats and your farm animals.
Good luck.
Real men of genius.